Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast here at Be Superhuman in Upminster with a Romford ball. Johnny Fisher, mate, it's been a couple of months. How are you?
I'm good, mate. All recovered. My hands are fixed, it's healed. Now it's just about building it up, ready to go. I'm glad to be being interviewed by you again, my friend.
Yeah, good to see you as always. We will talk about the hand and a couple of other things in a bit, but just quickly on this place, you're currently sitting in one of the IV drip chairs, not having anything done at the moment, but yeah, if I could just get a little, I mean, it literally just looks like a chair from here actually, but yeah, the way the boxers look after themselves now, we've got the cryotherapy chambers and that as well. This is kind of nothing new, places like this. Boxers have been doing this for quite a while, and one of these proper new high-tech ones, yeah, good, isn't it?
Brilliant, brilliant. Listen, I know Jag, we've known each other since it's opened, and he's been really accommodating. He's been very conscientious of the fact that I'm sponsored by Essex Cryo Wellness in Brentford as well, where I do my cryotherapy treatments. But here it's great because you've got everything under one roof. You can do the IV drips, you can do the infrared sauna, you've got hyperbaric chambers, intravenous drips, you've got everything you need here under one roof. So for an up-and-coming boxer or an up-and-coming athlete from any sport, in Upminster, nice hub, you've got great stuff here for everyone to enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, as a boxing fan, you can kind of look at it and be like, surely if you're a better boxer than someone in the ring, you will beat them. And I know kind of there is a bit of that to boxing, but just things like this give you that little 1% and 2% to train harder and recover better.
Recovery is the most important thing. When I was training with Eddie Hall, that's what he's drummed into me. Recovery is so important. Getting your sleep, making sure you're doing every little 1%, even a 0.5%, it all adds up. Because when you are in them training camps, every boxer will tell you, sometimes you just don't want to talk to anyone, you're so shattered. But coming here, getting everything done that you need to, them little 0.5%, they make a massive difference when it comes to fight night.
I want to talk about the Eddie Hall thing quickly. I really like Eddie Hall. He just seems like it'd be a good laugh to be around, and obviously someone you can learn a lot from. Had that boxing fight with Thor, obviously didn't go his way, but it must have been some experience being around someone who's kind of notoriously a big, strong man, which is essentially you as a heavyweight.
No, listen, when I was 13, 14, 15, I grew up watching Eddie Hall. I love watching all the old strongman events, just seeing them flip these cars over.
Strongman on Eurosport was the one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Just brilliant to watch. And to then be later on him messaging me saying, can you come and do a bit of sparring? I was sparring in Southpaw, and it was just a surreal experience. I drove up to Stoke and then got out of the car and started sparring Eddie Hall. I was just like, it was almost a pinch me moment like when I was sparring Tyson Fury, because he's an idol of mine, Eddie Hall, and it's such a nice man, great family, great people around him. And listen, he had a fight with Thor, tried something new, and I really do think if they had a rematch, if he just tweaked a few different things, he could give him a good go and beat him, because he's got some serious power. He knocked him down, didn't he?
Yeah. And you see the pull power of them as athletes as well, Thor and Eddie. I mean, I think the press, some of the videos in the week were doing millions of views. I think it kind of brought to light how big and how well-known these strongmen actually are.
The heaviest boxing match in history, two absolute Goliaths.
It's a perfect tagline, isn't it?
It is, but Eddie Hall's massive, huge man. And then you see Hatford Bjornsson. And I saw him at Chisora Parker fight. And he was trimmed down then. That was him at 130, 140 kg. Imagine when you see him at 200 kilograms. He was hitting 200 kilograms. The only man I know close to 200 kilograms is my old man.
Your old man against Thor, then?
Yeah, Big John versus Thor. I think my dad would take him, as long as it don't go more than one round.
And how was the Southpaw, Johnny Fisher? We saw Dillian come out Southpaw against Tyson Fury. How was the Southpaw, Johnny?
I don't think I'll be doing it any time again soon. But I can jab. My jab's all right, because it's just prodding. But I've got to master getting a backhand off Southpaw, because at the minute I just lose all balance. Like I'm no good at it. But I was popping it. You can occupy someone with that jab, make them think something's coming. So I'm all right. But yeah, I've got to learn how to box orthodox before I can box Southpaw.
There you go. Not quite Usyk yet. Not quite Usyk yet. Quickly back to the Gilroyguerima fight. I know the first thing you said to me afterwards at Ali Pali was a win, but a tough one, and one that will sort of put you in a better place going forward. Now you reflect on the whole experience of the massive Romford army you had come out, and the fight itself. Just kind of how you feel about it all now.
Yeah, well, you interviewed me straight after, and after that, obviously, because I had 4 fights, 4 knockouts, you think, this will be another knockout. Just you're a bit deflated because you ain't got a knockout. But then when I look back, even the morning after, when I looked back and watched it back, I felt really pleased with myself, because one, that guy was no mug. Listen, he's not a world beater, but he's been in with a lot higher opposition I've been in. He's been in with Oscar Rivas, gone the distance with him, won a few rounds against him. So the experience he gave me, the cut and stuff like that, and dealing with my hand, which was all bolstered up and blown up after that, I couldn't ask for much better really. I've learnt more in that than my last 4 fights, so it's put me in a good position, and I think I gained a lot of people's respect because I didn't just take an easy one, and I've been in a bit of not trouble, but I've been in a harder fight, and I've gone 6 rounds, so it's good.
In terms of the hand, I know that it was something that was kind of in the background for the fight before as well, but it became a lot more serious after the Gilroyguerima fight. Did you know walking out that this has got a lot worse, or is it sort of as the adrenaline dies down, you feel the pain setting?
Well, before the Torero fight, they were saying, I was talking to my physio, JW physio, John Winters. He really done a bit of mind control on me because I had a bit of a problem with the top bit, and I wrapped it up nice, and we got through it, and my hand felt perfectly good for that fight. But in the build-up, there was a bit of issues there, and then in the second camp for the Gilroyguerima fight, just little niggles were getting wrong, and I just kept putting it to the back of my eye. I said, only a little niggle, it's a little niggle, and it got progressively worse and worse. But as you get closer and you know you sold all them tickets, psychologically in your brain, you're not thinking about, oh, I've got to preserve my hand. You're just thinking, it'll be all right, just turn up the next day, it'll be better. And then I was warming up on the pads, and something was wrong in that hand. But what can I say 5 minutes before I come out to my fight? I can't say, sorry, Mark, my hand don't feel too good. I just thought I've got to deal with it. It might be all right when I get in that ring. And it was all right for the first round. And then I caught him on the top of the head, and he staggered back a little bit. And it just, after that, I couldn't fight properly. I kept ringing it round. But saying all that, going through that experience, it probably wasn't wise, but I've been in a bit of difficulty there now. I've been there. I've been in a bit of trouble where I've got to deal with these little injuries, dealt with a cut. So in the long run, it's going to pay dividends. So it's good. It's a good little marker on the job.
Where are we at with the hand now? Have you started punching fully?
Not fully. Last Wednesday I got the all clear saying it's healed, it's grown over the fracture. But he said you're going to have to build it back up slowly. I've done a bit of paddles today with Mark, so I've been started doing some boxing training. And it's just about wrapping them, icing them, coming to places like this, coming to Essex Cryo as well in Brentwood, and just making sure I stay on top of my hands. So it's all good.
And I take it you're going to be out this summer, maybe the back end of the summer?
We're looking at end of July, August. Matchroom put it to me the 9th of August, 9th of July, sorry, but that's probably a little bit too soon considering I've done no sparring or punching. So end of July, August, and then whatever Matchroom have got planned for me then. I'll fight every couple of weeks if it all goes smoothly. So I'm not too bothered. I want to be out as frequently as I can.
I'm sure Eddie won't be as happy, but could you give us a little wind as to whether the one in August will be a fight camp? I know we're all kind of waiting to see is the third one going to come round, because it's been so good the last 2 times.
I'd love it to be fight camp. I'd love to see it a little bit bigger as well, like put a few more, because I remember they extended it, obviously it was no crowd, then they put a crowd in, put a few more people in. I'd love it to be on fight camp because it was a great, iconic place to box at. How many people can say they boxed in Eddie Earn's back garden? Unbelievable. So to do it again would be a great experience, especially for my supporters who came, because there weren't many, obviously, because it's a prestigious event to go to. But the people that were there, they get to meet Chisora, they get to meet other people walking around. Dillian Whyte was walking around, Eddie and Barry walking around. So a great full experience for people to enjoy as well. And
they get to meet John.
They get to meet John. And my dad had 10 pizzas there, so he made full use of the free food on offer as well.
Good man. How's his diet going, by the way? I see he's been losing the pounds, and he's been working hard, some boxing training as well, taking after you, of course.
He lost about 1.5 stone, then he had a little bit of time off because he just announced, actually, Muscle Foods had come on board to sponsor him, help him lose a bit of weight, and all that food arrived yesterday. So he had a couple of weeks off, and now he's on it, and he's focused. So it's all good. He's ready to go.
Good stuff. One thing I do just want to quickly, I say brush over, but Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte, you mentioned about kind of the pinch me when you spar with Tyson Fury, and that was just a whole pinch me event, 94,000 people, Wembley. Yeah, what a night.
Unbelievable. Obviously, as you said, when I was sparring Tyson, that was a great feeling, great experience, and then just to be in that venue, I was there on the night, and the atmosphere was incredible. And you've got to give credit to Dillian Whyte as well, because he stepped up and he deserved his shot. And he got there, he gave it a good go, but I do think he implemented the wrong tactics from the start. But I just think it proves how good Tyson Fury is to beat someone like Dillian Whyte quite easily. Just shows I think he's the best of our era. I think he's cemented that now. Dillian Whyte knows who he is. He's a warrior, he's ferocious, he's physical. And he should have implemented a bit more of that rough and tough tactics from the start, because a better way to have gone out would have been the ref warning you, stop roughing it up. It's a more dignified way to go out and to be on your back getting uppercutted, but that's the nature of the game. You're going to you're mixing it with the best, you've got a good chance of being flattened. So that's the risk they all take, and that's why we respect the top heavyweights so much, because they put everything on the line in front of 100,000 people. You can't knock Dillian Whyte, but I did think he got his tactics wrong.
Yeah, just one more thing, obviously, because you've been in with Tyson, you're a perfect person to answer this. I know a lot of people gave Dillian perhaps a little bit of stick about the tactics. I said kind of almost that he wasted his opportunity a little bit, but is it one thing implementing tactics right or wrongly? When you get in there with someone like Tyson, it must just be like a really difficult. As far it's proved impossible for someone to navigate.
Yeah. Well, you can say, look, you can stick it on him and you can rush him, but to rush someone who's 6'9" and can turn on a sixpence like that, it's very hard to do that. And if you rush him too much, he'll flatten you with an uppercut like he showed. So to say it and be on the sideline saying, "Oh, I'll rush him, do this, do that," it's very hard to implement that. Been in there with him, very awkward. I know it's only sparring, but he's tall, he's long, he's got everything to his game. For me, the best way I sort of dealt with it in that short little sparring sessions that I've done with him is when he tries to attack you, that's when you've got to engage. You can't wait back or you can't pressure him too much. You've got to engage when he engages because that's the best chance. That's your 50-50 chance because when someone's unloading, that's when they're the most open. So you've got to try and engage when you're being engaged by him.
If he does come out of retirement and fight you, we know the game plan you can put in. There we go.
My game plan would just be get through the first round if I fought Tyson Fury. Jesus.
Top man, Johnny. Good to see you as always. Pleasure, mate. No,
thanks, mate. Thank you. Bosh.
Welcome, Team Everlast, to the Team Everlast Fitness app. Download the Everlast Fitness app and find your greatness within.